So it may be Sunday, but some of us still work. It's the mind of a crafter, it never switches off. There's always something that I've got to be doing, there's always something that I think, oh, let's just go do that. So while I'm filming this update, I'm going to be making some tags for the angel earrings, and I thought you might want to see the process. I have already started making them, but I won't torture you with the process of me cutting the card because my paper cutter is squeaky. Nails down a blackboard squeaky. So I'll just crop in to once I've done that bit. Once I'm done with the measuring and cutting, I end up with a little wad of cards, and then I move on to the die cutting. So I've got my dies, and I take a couple of pieces of the little card, and I make sure I line them up over the dies. Like that. Carefully put the lid back on. Run it through the die cut, and I'm left with some little tag shapes. And once you've done that half a dozen times, you end up with lots of little tag shapes, which are now ready to be stamped. For the stamping, I bring back in my guillotine just because it's a firmer surface than the board and on carpet. Now, on the front I'm going to do an angel because it's going to correspond with the product that's being put on the card. And I kind of just put that wherever I fancy. And it gives the card just a little bit of detail. On the back of the card I've got a custom cut stamp, which says handmade by Emma Makes and Creates, and I just put that on the back. It just lets people know where the products come from. Once I've done that a few times, I then move on to hole punching to fit the earrings to. I've already drawn myself up a guide card so you can see the holes are already in this one, and then I'll use this as a template to mark where the next ones go. It's just easier than having to measure them each time. This bit gets noisy. There we go, I'm left with a card with the holes in ready for the earrings, and once the earrings are in, it just finishes the product. Now that I've got this done today, I'm going to sit here for the next couple of hours and get all the cards finished and get them displayed, and then I'll be able to do some more resin work later. The other night was actually a successful effort with my sister. We got all the shell pendants photographed, and I'm slowly adding them to the photos and editing them slightly. I was also pleased to actually get some other pendants done that I hadn't anticipated on doing, but I thought, well, while she's there, I'll make the use of her. Tiny angels. So those will all be listed on my shop soon as well. Hope this hasn't been too boring for you today, but I'm doing this to keep track for myself and see where things go. So I'll be back again with another update.